Morning, guys. All right, we are ready to read our nonfiction book that is connected to our story of the week, which was Maddie's Fridge. Remember, Maddie's Fridge was about a friend that knew that their friend was in need, and she found ways to help them by helping them get groceries. So, we're going to read a book that's called How to Be Charitable. And when we're charitable, that means that we help or give to others. These are some ways that we can be. All right, so first we have our table of contents. And so remember, our table of contents is our nonfiction text feature that helps us know where you can find information in a story. So you can find different information. So on page 1, we're going to find out why. Why should we act? Why should we help? On page 2, we're going to find out ways to help your neighbors. Page 3, donate clothes or toys. Page 4, make birthdays charitable. Page 5, the animal shelter. Page 6, host a food drive. Page 7, visit with someone. And page 8, we're going to learn about what is your passion. So what would you like to help? Why act? What does it mean to be charitable? Charity starts with being kind to those that need it most. There is so much goodness in your classroom. Kids have the best hearts. It's time to spread some of that kindness around the world. Have you ever heard of a chain of good deeds? It's where someone does something good for someone, not expecting anything in return. This act inspires the receiver to do a good deed for someone, to do something for someone else, and so on. This good deed can be something big or something small. These actions are a great way to start your journey on being charitable. It is totally up to you, but here are some ideas for you and your classmates. So help your neighbors. Do you know what being neighborly means? It means to be helpful, friendly, and kind to someone who lives near you. Some ways that you could do this include bringing up your neighbor's trash can, raking their leaves, finding a lost pet, or helping them carry something to their house. You could turn their whole day around just with a little effort. Remember, the key to a kindness chain is not to expect anything in return, but it wouldn't hurt to ask them to pass along the good vibes. You can donate clothes or toys. Did you know that if you have too many clothes or toys, that you might be so overwhelmed that you don't get to enjoy what you have? A good solution to that problem is to go through your closet or toy box and donate some of the things to a local shelter or other charitable program. Make sure that the items that you pick aren't dirty or broken. It helps to think about who will be receiving these goods and how much of a positive impact it will have on them. An effective way to gather these things is to separate them into labeled bags or boxes. Not only will this help others, but you will feel more organized too. So anything that you're not playing with or clothes maybe that you've outgrown, there are people that can't go out and buy those. So a good way is to donate those. And we're lucky here in Glenpool is because we have places that you can drop off items like that, like the Goodwill. Make birthdays charitable. Here's another idea. If you think you are at your toy limit, some children choose to donate their birthdays to a charity that they really care about. What this means is they ask guests who come to their party to bring a donation instead of a present. The donations are taken and then gifted to the organization. Some examples of this would be if you're asking for dog and cat food supplies for an animal shelter, toiletry items for the homeless shelters, or cash donations for emergency situations like national disaster relief. So it's like if we're asking to send money to someone like the Red Cross because they go after there's a tornado or after a hurricane or a storm, they go and help those people. There are so many great organizations to help. The animal shelter. If you have a soft spot in your heart for animals, you may look into spreading some goodwill to a local animal shelter. Many shelters have volunteer opportunities for children as young as 7 years old. The shelter may even offer suggestions on how you can help from home, like collecting gently used stuffed animals for the dogs to cuddle with, or making small toys for the cats to play with. If your parents approve, you may even look into fostering an animal in need. What this means is you give an animal a temporary home while the shelter looks for responsible owners to permanently take care of that animal. So you can always help at your animal shelter. You can host a food drive. When cold weather strikes, like around the holidays, many churches, food pantries, and shelters are in need of extra food. If you are interested in gathering food for one of these organizations, you could organize a food drive. First, you need to pick a place to donate the food to and check to see if they have requirements such as canned goods only, cold items, fresh items, etc. Next, get a group of people together to spread the word through posters, emails, word of mouth, or text. Make sure to let people know what organization they will be helping, the dates of the food drive, and where your drop-off site is. Those are all important. And right now, we're actually going to be doing part of a drive in Glenpool. We were doing the turkey challenge, which normally we bring in canned foods, but this year they're just taking money donations to help make sure that everyone's going to have a really good Thanksgiving dinner for the people in our area. You can visit someone. A really easy way to spread some cheer is to spend time with someone who may not be a little lonely. You could offer to play a game, read a book, or just talk to the person about your day. Many times the elderly people in your lives could use some extra attention because sometimes getting out and about in the community isn't easy for them. How easy would it be to pay someone a visit or just give them a call? Can you think of someone who could use a phone call tonight? Many times this human connection will make you feel better too, so it's a double win. So think about it. What is your passion? What do you really care about? All right, now it's your turn. What are you passionate about? Meaning, what is something that you care a lot about around in the world? Think of one small thing and one big thing you could do for a cause that you care a lot about. For example, if you want to help the environment, you could trade out your plastic water bottles for one reusable aluminum bottle. Your big idea might be to gather some friends and plan a baked goods drive where all the money is donated to the Protect the Rainforest project. Now get to work and spread that kindness. All right, guys, so this book was all about ways that we can help other people or be charitable. And so we're going to do something very special this week. We know that some of us are learning from home right now because of COVID, which is a sickness that we're trying not to spread. So we can't really visit people right now because we're trying to keep them safe and keep us safe. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to be writing letters to some people in the nursing home because right now a lot of nursing homes people can't get visitors. So they're all alone in there and then they don't have their families that are able to visit them. So we're going to make some letters and I'm going to drop it off so that they can have some letters. So maybe we can't visit them, but maybe a letter will make them feel better and make sure that they know that they're not alone. All right, but we're going to be doing that a little bit later in the week. But what you're going to do now is I want you to tell me what you're passionate about. So you're going to connect to Seesaw and you're going to tell me what is your idea? What's one thing that you could do that will help others? And like I said, it can be as easy as I'm going to make sure that I take the recycling out so that I don't waste anything. Or I'm going to donate my, like they said, old toys to Goodwill, or even some of my small stuffed animals to the animal shelter for the dogs and cats. All right, so I'm really excited to hear all of your ideas and see how you plan to be charitable. All right, guys, you did an awesome job. Thanks.